Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the channel and thanks for stopping in. Feeling like I need to jump on. I did a video last week and then I didn't end up uploading it because power was down, and then I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to upload that one. So I figured I would jump on and do another one today. It's so beautiful here. So beautiful here. It's wonderful. I think we are settling into fall, but it's still getting into like the 70s during the day, so that's always really nice. Let's see. Okay, so I was just sitting here thinking, we all have dreams and aspirations and things that we want to do, or I hope that we do anyways, even if they're a bit hidden or buried. And just, I have started writing a book here recently, which has been something that I have been supported, I would say, to do for some time, or been encouraged, I guess, that, when I've gotten readings done in the past, it's been like, you need to not just write a book, but books. So I've been doing a lot of soul searching around writing a book and what I would write about. And it's amazing how much support came in like immediately once I was like, okay, I think I need to start taking this seriously and start looking, like really looking at doing this. So it was, I've made so many changes over the last several years, and it's like just dreaming of like, could I really support myself by writing? In the past, more creative ways of supporting ourselves. Fly on me. I could be able to see it. We're, it's like the starving artist mentality, which is still very much alive and well, for sure. And I also really see and feel the need to express ways of wanting to see our thinking around financial situations and around what that looks like and means to us, because I really feel that so much of my conditioning, for sure, and what I feel like is a lot of the conditioning around me, is so different than I feel like the universe wants to support us with. There's so many different areas that we can be abundant, and mostly we will think of that in financial terms, and not really so much, with our spirituality or our spiritual practices that we're doing, things that we are doing behind closed doors to help raise the vibration of this planet and of this world, and how people think and how we think ourselves, and friendships and loyalty and community, and there can be food, nature. There can be abundance that we can have in so many ways. The luxuries that we buy ourselves to keep ourselves warm or clothed nicely, those are all ways of abundant things that we can be abundant with. And granted, some of those things take money, but some of them don't. Some of those just are right here, right out here. Like really, just right here. So it feels like a good contemplation for me for today. And I guess a contemplation that I'm wanting to share with you too, or for you too. I really truly believe that if we, and I'll just speak for myself, if I want to see change in the world and things happen in a way differently than they are right now, the best way for me to see that is to change the way I think and change the way that I do things. And while I still find myself having a fear of financial lack, fear of money, where in other areas of my life, like I feel really, really blessed and abundant, with gratitude for all the blessings that I have. I just had one of my friends, longtime friends too, from Reno. Oh, my necklace came undone. Here, it's not broken. I'm glad about that. With her husband last week around my birthday, which was really cool. And just seeing the difference in, I guess, them being here brought me, well, a lot of gifts. But and from a financial standpoint, like just being able to see somebody that I feel is much more successful financially, and is really, um, and see myself where I'm holding myself small, and where I don't necessarily need to be holding myself small. And then also the balance of, okay, and I'm so wealthy in, these areas. And not to say that she or they are not, but because I'm not trying to compare. It's just like one of those things. It's like, oh, I'm still playing small in this way. So it was a really nice mirror, really nice reflection, and gave me, like the ability to dream. So I implore you to have the ability to dream too. And then I had a dream last night. My dreams have been really active lately. And I've been working on them too, like wanting them to be more active. I took a dream class here pretty recently. And sometimes they're so fun. Like last night, it was really fun. I guess I've been thinking about, like doing YouTube videos like on a different level than, what I am now. I think that this is perfectly fine for now. But, you look at other people that have lights, or I look at other people who have lights and, nice microphones. And I guess from being on TV just once, I was on Wheel of Fortune back a few years ago, which that was super fun. Total bucket list thing. Um, but that like takes makeup. So last night my dream was like somebody had given me a gift, and there was all these different kinds of makeup stuff that I haven't ever even seen, like in the store on anybody or anything, but just like cool stuff that I was just like, oh my God, I was so excited. It was really kind of fun. So I love that my dreams can bring me to like, oh, and look at this, look at the things from different perspectives. So that's good. That's fun. I'm a happy mama. My boys are here right now, so I'm really happy to have their energy around me and just being able to express my love to them in the ways that I do. So shout out to my babies. I love you both so very much. I'm so glad I'm your mama. So glad I'm your mama. And to the card that I had pulled after I was kind of contemplating that today, just a few minutes before I started the video. I actually didn't even finish reading it because I got so inspired to come on and make a video. But it was Venus, and to ask star Venus. And I'm going to put out a little shout out to Venus too, because she is the the ruler of Libra. We're in Libra season still right now for about another week, 10 days, I guess. And for my birthday last week, I went on a mountain here, just a local mountain that I was thinking I was going to go over to the coast, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be foggy. So I didn't want to make the trek over to the coast in case it was foggy, because it wasn't foggy here. So I knew that I could see, from where I was, if I could get up high enough, because I'm kind of in a valley where I am, so I can't see like the true sunset. Of course I get sunset, but I don't get the true sunset. So I went up on one of the hills here locally, and oh my gosh, the sunset was just so beautiful. And Venus has just, she's been behind the sun here for the past 6 or 7 months, I believe. And she has recently, within the past week, maybe a little bit longer, you can see her just after sunset again, which she speaks really, really deeply to me. I really feel like she's had a super big influence on bringing me back to my spiritual self in the way that I am right now. And I don't mean religious when I say spiritual. I mean my connection to what I feel is source, and to nature, and to my own being and my own oneness. Because I've had some really amazing experiences, and stuff that I will share on this channel for sure, and in my book. But the sky was just like red for so long, like orange, I guess, more like orange, like orange where it's almost red, for so long. It was so pretty, so pretty. And, she's not looking as, as big or bright as like Jupiter is right now. But, oh, there's a dragonfly just flying by. One of my favorites. Squirrel. Might get a squirrel too. The squirrel just bumped by on the railing here. Anyways, it was so good to see her again. I miss her when she's not in the morning sky or in the evening sky. I see her more when she's in the evening sky, which makes sense because she was born, the phase she was in when I was born was as an evening star. So I think I just connect to her more around my natal chart, which is astrological, our birth chart, from if you're into astrology at all. So, and then last night, of course, we had a full moon in Aries, and Chiron is there, and my Chiron is in Aries. And then I have 2 sisters that are both Aries. Both of my sisters are Aries. So I was able to watch the moon rise last night, which was really pretty. I try to do that for, I don't know, I'd say for about 6 years, maybe 7 years now, where I would say 6 years for sure, where I try to spend some time with reverence and in sacred practice during the new moon and the full moon, watching the full moon as much as I can. I've done really well too with it. Not that I get it all the time, but I would say 95, 97% of the time I do. Sometimes, I'm fogged out or whatever and I can't see it. So I hope that you have time to spend for yourself. Those are things that I do to nurture myself and my connection to source, and my connection to, I feel like, so many things that we can't necessarily see with our eyes, but I know is here, right? Like that I feel on such a deep level is here. And I think it's important for those of us who know about things other than our 6 senses, and who have been in touch with that, to, bring that out and to talk about it, to let other people realize experiences that they've had, that may be scary or like different from what other people talk about. that there are, you know, more people who have experienced similar things, and there are like-minded souls. Which reminds me too, I really would like to, I think maybe my next video I'm going to do something on really supporting each other and showing, looking at our friends and family and close ones and telling them like what we see as their gifts, what we see as their strengths. Because I think so many of us struggle with self-esteem. It's like you think because somebody has money or because somebody's attractive or drives a nice car, or there's so many things that we think that like, oh, they have that, so they must know that they're wonderful, amazing human beings. And I don't necessarily think that that's true at all. So let me know in the comments below if you feel like that's something that you would be interested in. Thanks for your likes, shares, and subscribes, because of course that gets videos circulating more. And if you're interested, let's get me circulating more. And wishing all of you love and blessings, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day. If you're struggling today, I give you extra blessings and extra protection, extra big warm hugs. Right? We're never, ever, ever away from Source. Please remember that on your toughest days. I still have to remind myself on my toughest days. It's hard on tough days. And get out there and spend some time in nature too. That might help lift your mood. Yeah, blessings.